You're welcome. There's something that I feel like just sharing, and this has to do with the common errors of eligible spinsters. Common errors of eligible spinsters. Number one on the list of the error is prayerlessness. You'll discover today that an average spinsters, even though they trust in the Lord for eligible husband or brothers to come their way, but naturally when you look at them, you discover that the way they live their life, they are so prayerless. They live their life as if nothing is at stake. They are prayerless, number one, under prayerlessness. They are prayerless. They are so prayerless to know the mind of God concerning their life. They are prayerless to know the mind of God concerning their life. Aside from being prayerless to know the will of the mind of God, another is the fact that they are so prayerless to know the will of God. One thing is for you to know the mind of God concerning you. Another point is for you to know His will. God has his will for every of His children He has created. But the only place, the only platform to get to know the mind and the will of God for your life is in the place of prayer. When you are prayerless, there is no way you will be able to get to know the mind, not to talk of get to know the will of God for your life. But most of the spinsters that I've seen around, practically in all the denominations, I've discovered that majority of them, sometimes you may see them, they take activities for spirituality in the church and in the house of God, in the various denominations. You can see them here and there, but when you get close to them, you get to know that they are so prayerless. Aside from still under the prayerlessness, they are so prayerless to break generational curse upon their life. Majority of the eligible spinsters that I've been seeing around, it's as if they don't even know that some certain things are at stake. It's like they have eyes, but they cannot see. Because if truly they have eyes and they could see, I'm sure they will have sat down to look at the life of people within their family and then be able to situate their life in between the life of those individuals. But because they are prayerless, that's why the majority of them have been unable to break generational curses. Like for instance, some of them, it's by the time they get married that you begin to see manifestations of some certain things. They most likely may have come from family where their girls don't stay in the house of husband, that even when they get married, they will eventually have to return back to their parents' house. That why instead of them, where they still have the opportunity to quickly be able to address those things, you just discover that majority of them, they sometimes be carried away by social activities and unnecessary things, not really bothering about their life and the need for them to address some certain things. And that's why generational curses, you see generational curses playing out in the life of some of them after they've married. Some, it could be childlessness, some, which people generally refer to as barrenness. Some could go through it. Some, the generational cause could be that maybe their husband will die young. Some, it could be that they will never enjoy their matrimonial home. Some, it could be that maybe along the line, they may fall sick and then probably develop some terminal illness, and in the process will die untimely. And aside from that, there are so many. Some, their home could be poverty. Some, their home could be poverty. Some, their home could be so many generational causes. But because they are so prayerless, and you can only discover all this in the atmosphere of, in the place of prayer. They are so prayerless. And then another point, and some of the errors I notice in the life of most eligible spinsters, is that they are spiritually careless. spiritually careless about their life. Certain things they need to have addressed, they are so careless to have addressed them. They are so careless to even discover some certain things that are probably waiting for them at the peak at some particular junction or stages of their life. I've seen so many, they are spiritually careless to discover generational problems generational problems and what to do about such problems. They are so spiritually careless to discover generational problems that awaits them in future and what to do about such problems. Aside from that, under spiritual carelessness, they are also so spiritually careless to discover shade of spiritual stoppers in their life. When you get close, there are so many of them. By the time they get married, some probably their home could start by delaying them from marrying on time, and they will not even bothered about it. They will just be thinking life is normal. And when you see them, the only thing you notice them to busy doing is us creaming the body, using expensive creams. And that, to me, I'm not saying it's not good to take care of your body, but it's as good as you're taking care of the body at the expense of bodily matter, the spiritual life that's supposed to be addressed. Because when you don't address things that ought to have been addressed spiritually, you may take care of your body. Have you not seen so many individuals who are so pretty outside there, yet they don't have a man to even, no man in their life. Even when some have man in their life, they are never successful. They don't enjoy the home. Some return, it's like the proverbial word that says like mother, like daughter, like sisters, like her. So the peculiarity of what you see in the life of their mother is what you see them also experiencing. So spiritually careless to discover generational problems, one after the other. And it's not that they don't have eyes to notice in the life of others and their siblings peculiar problems, but they are just so spiritually careless. And I'm still under the spiritual carelessness, so spiritually careless to discover shades of spiritual stoppers, things that could stop them. And still under spiritual carelessness, so spiritually careless to discover stoppers in their future. And they're so spiritually careless to discover likely pitfalls in their life and in their career. That's why some of them, when they get married, sometimes some of them occasions you get close to some ministry, you see several of them, the age is no longer on their side. There are some of them 40 something. There are some eligible spinsters at the age of 40 who is still not taking life so serious, thinking that sometimes, when you take care of your body, they are only just sometimes appeal to some individual who may just want to see you as a sex slave or sex machine, are not the right guys. Because there are some certain guys, one thing I was made to understand, the Lord made me to understand, that I will never give my child, that is, God will never give his children to careless individuals who are not yet prepared. And so when you are not prepared, so a lot of things will just be happening in your life that you may likely not be able to be able to address when it's almost too late. Aside from that, some are so spiritually careless to discover likely problems with regards to settling down. Some are so careless to discover likely problems that awaits them with regards to settling down. And that's why some individuals at the end of it all, they struggle, and they end up settling for available man. And sometimes they settle down only for them to be the one that will be taking the responsibility when the man was supposed to be the one taking the responsibility. And the man now become a liability on them. Another error I've discovered in the life of some of us eligible spinsters is desperation. Sometimes they are so desperate to the point that they don't even have time to pray. So desperate to see dangers ahead of them. I've seen a lot of individuals, they walk directly into dangers. So desperate to even see flashlights of dangers that lies ahead of them. And not only that, so desperate to uncover weaknesses of guys around them. Sometimes some guys, NFA, no future ambition. Guys that have no future, guys that are set out to become a liability to lady whoever married them. They are so desperate to even discover the weaknesses of the guys. Even when they see the flashlight, they will still blindly close their eyes and pretend as if there's something. Not. See, when you close your eyes, if love blind your eyes, when you enter a marriage, you will open that eyes that you close. It will open it. Because by the time you enter, you will see reality. The guy may be, see, there are some guys. Ask people that have entered it. Ask those, your seniors, that have entered one chance. There are some guys outside there, they are nothing but one chance. You enter them, you enter one chance. And you carry the cross for the rest of your life. And you know, as Christians, there is no room for divorce. You divorce, you're kicking against the will and the desire of the Lord for your life. Once you mistakenly enter into it, see, if the guy happens to be a court guy, you are in. You are in, you can't go out. And so the idea that, I don't know, you deceive me. No, nobody deceive you. You deceive yourself. You are the one that deceive yourself because you did not open your eyes when you ought to open your eyes. You are the one that closes your eyes when you ought to open it. And so you must open your eyes. And that is the reason why this word is coming to you. You see, some to discover, aside from that, so aside from the fact that some are so desperate to discover the weaknesses of guys around them, some are also so desperate into relationship with a guy. Some are so desperate into relationship. It's only when they enter, they now discover that the guy is fake. It's fake. Fake. F-capital-F-A-K-E. Fake. Not what he has been pretending to be. Is directly the opposite of the life he has been portrayed. Have you not heard of so many ladies that have regretted their life? Have you not heard of so many ladies that have been killed in the course of entering into a relationship with some guys? Have you not heard? In this nation, have you not heard in Nigeria of a lady whose act was brought out, was removed by the husband, by the desperate husband who wanted to use the acts of the wife for ritual? Have you not heard about that? Have you not heard? There are so many stories. There are so many stories going around. Or so many young guys that have deliberately killed their wife, deliberately murdered their wife, deliberately. What about those Yahoo boys? You've been hearing stories of some lady jumping from Okada and they're having mental problems. You've heard stories of some ladies just jumping, rushing out of a vehicle, a moving vehicle, only for you to discover that they have a mental problem. Not because they've been used. They are so desperate to just go into a relationship with wrong guys. Ladies, I'm warning you, just have to open your eyes. That's the reason God loves you so much. That's why He's sending this message to you. You need to open your eyes. What do you know about that guy? You only just know he comes around with all those big grammars and you feel that's all. See, if you enter into a relationship on the basis of grammar, reality will open your eyes, because it is not grammar that will sustain you in that relationship. One of the essential things that will sustain you in that relationship is the identity of that individual, the character. If that guy is not formed, is not made, is not broken, see, it will show you the beast in him. If he's broken, then you will get the best of him. But if he's not broken, you will see the beast. All those that they take you to tantalizer, they tantalize you and whatever. See, tantalizing will stop when you enter the vehicle. You will know that life is not all about tantalizing and tasty fried chicken and all those whatever they take you. Sometimes they take you out for shopping, buy you cherries, buy you your wristwatch, and you're thinking Bugatti and whatever, and thinking life is all about that. By the time you enter, you will get to know. Ask those that are married 10 years, 20 years, 30 years ahead of you. They will tell you the stories, true life stories. True life stories. Have you not heard of ladies that have been thrown off 3-story building by their guys? By the time you enter, all guys you think is spoiling you a little today, may end up tomorrow becoming Evander Holyfield that will turn your head into punching bag. And to go back home becomes a problem. And that's why you need to open your eyes. God loves you so much. You don't become so desperate. Some are so desperate even to see the flashlight. They are too desperate to see flashlight. Flashlight to know that the guy is a humanizer. Several ladies in his life. A guy come around you, and so he kept hiding his phone. He kept hiding some certain things. You don't really know him, and that alone is not enough for you to exercise some caution. You just feel like maybe you are so desperate that if you don't settle down, you may likely not get another man. Who tells you that? Who tells you that? That's a message from the pit of hell. That a particular guy just go today doesn't mean the right guy will not come. You must learn to wait. Those who are desperate ahead of you, those who are desperate, Sister Desperados of those days, where are they today? They are regretting in those relationships. They are regretting. And so you must open your eyes. Some are physically blind. Another point is they are physically blind. They have eyes, but their eyes are sellotaped with super glue. They are physically blind. Physically blind, number one, to their destiny helpers. Individuals that God will have used to help them, to guide them spiritually. They've been spiritually blind to see them. All just because they believe, yes, they are there. And they become so cocky and braggadocious and, hanging around individuals that can never add any single value to their spirituality. Another point under physically blind. They are physically blind to taking the right steps. Right steps to discovering, discovering some challenges. They are so physically blind, to taking the right steps in life. That's why you see, how will a lady, you are 35, you are still in your parents' house, you are still in your family's house. When your mates at the age of 22 have already settled down. When your mates have been praying seriously as teenager for breakthrough, for God, for generational curse not to be repeated in their life. For God to break circles of problem, circles of frustrations upon their life. You are still busy, you are still in your parents' house. You are 35, you are still there. Almost 40. Nothing is moving you, nothing is touching you, you are not bothered. It's because you are physically blind to see. You can't see. Even when your mates are moving by passing you, you can't see. It's because you are physically blind. But I pray that the Lord will open your eyes. That's why He's sending this message your way. To open your eyes. You need to physically open your eyes. Some are physically blind to realize that life, is time bound. Auntie, your time is passing. Your time is going. Your time is going. If nobody was so courageous enough to tell you that in your family, your time is. See, you may be so carried away by your physical beauty. See, that is nothing. See, what will sustain a relationship you in marriage? Have you not seen most of those celebrities that majority of them, they don't have a home. They celebrate their beauty at the expense of celebrating their character. They are physically beautiful, but character-wise, they are the opposite. It is character that will sustain you in a relationship. A man may marry you because of your physical beauty, but what will sustain that relationship is your character, who you are on the inside. Is what will sustain the relationship. A man may be physically blind by the sight of your beauty and enter into a relationship with you. But what will open his eyes and will make him show you the good side or the bad side of his life is your character. And so you see, that's why this word is coming to you. Life is time bound. It's time bound. The time is going little by little. The time will come now, you reach menopause. That is the end. When you're almost getting closer to 40, If there is no divine intervention on your behalf, maybe God may give you a widower, or you may remain like that, and then frustration will set in. But before frustration will set in, that's why God is sending you. God love you so much. The Bible says, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten. That's why He's sending His word to you. He loves you so much. He knows you made so many blunders in the past. That's why He's trying to correct you. That's why He's sending this word to you. You need to check your life. Have you not read in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 that I say everything under the heaven, that is time for everything under the heaven. That is time. And that is season. Until your season is passing by. Your season is going little by little. Don't let your season bypass you. Once your season bypass you, see, it will be another person's season. That you think you are the one in town. You are the one in town. See, when your season bypass, those people that you think are celebrating you, see, you don't know what they are saying behind. They may even be mocking you. Have you not seen occasions that you see some individuals, they'll be praising some people, they'll be praising them, and they'll be doing that behind them. Life is time bound. That's why you need to check it now. Can I ask you, are your mates not already giving back to children? Are your mates not settled down? In career-wise, are they not done with their university education? Professional exams, are they not done with it? Now they've settled down, enjoying what the Lord has helped them to have been able to skate through in life, and you are still there, still not even knowing where to put your feet, still struggling to find your bearing. For how long will you take that? Is it when you clock 50? When you clock 50, except those guys, probably if you have money, all those Yahoo boys may come around you. All those gold diggers may come around you. Or God in His infinite mercy may be so kind to you by sending somebody. But I want you to know, see, the moment you clock 50, except by divine intervention, you may only see widower or individual that are looking for sex slave. And by then, you discover that, but I believe our God is a God of second chance. That's why He's sending this word to you, so that you'll be able to, you see, this word is coming to you live and direct in your house, on your phone. So that you'll be able to think about your life and redirect your steps. Think and sit down. Look at the direction in which your life is heading. Is it heading in the right direction? Or is heading in the direction that may give you pain and sorrow for the rest of your life? God loves you so much. That's why He's sending this word to you. Another point is the fact that some are physically blind to realize that no one judges the content of a book by its cover. There are sometimes so many eligible spinsters, they've missed the opportunities because they judge guys by their physical outlook. Some guys may look so rough. They may look too sharp, or how do you put it? They may look really unpolished, but that doesn't mean they don't. What I think a lady that really aspire for something great in life should look for is whether the guy has a prospect. That is, to me, what should be at the center of your heart. Some guys will come to you probably because they don't have a house. Have you not seen guys that have house and turn out to become the beast? Although not all of them. We have those who have houses, who have good accommodations, who have certificates, who are doing well, who have jobs, who are doing great. But there are some. I've seen so many around that lost opportunities in life. All because they judge guys by their physical hard look. A guy may have nothing today, but that doesn't mean he won't have something tomorrow. A guy may be homeless today, that doesn't mean that he won't have a home tomorrow. There are so many ladies that have lost such opportunities, all just because guys come around them and they look at them, they sight them off from they say, this one, you and me. I remember a lady that when one of the guys very close to me walked up to, you know what this lady told the guy? He said, you have guts, you have audacity to have walked up to me. He said, who do you think you are? Can you take care of my skin? Can you take care of my skin? Let alone take care of me. How much do you earn? How much are they paying you a place of work? You are nobody. Could you get away from my presence? Can I be honest with you? The guy is happily married today, and he's doing wonderfully well. He's doing well. And you know, eventually, the Lord even gave him someone better, 10 times better. So sometimes when you become so cocky, become so braggadocious, and you close your eyes to God's choice for your life, and you think you've arrived, God may replace you with an individual better, 10 times better than your very self. With the totality of whatever you've accomplished or achieved in life, God may give such an individual someone better than you. That is what I've seen God doing over the period of time. So you need to take time. You need to take time. Today, do you know, today, just say, no, she has to go and, on her own, force herself on an individual and to park, go and be staying with you know, instead of to be wedded, be celebrated. She had to, you know, shameless wedding. Had to, you know, so shameless. Today she had no testimony, while the other guy is doing great and the wife doing well. So you need to check it. You need to check it. Some are physically blind to realize, like I said, that life is time bound. Life is time bound. And then they're physically blind to realize that you don't judge a book by the cover. Please, if you've been judging some guys, they want God actually meant for you. The reason why you could not even identify is because you are prayerless. You are prayerless. You don't have a relationship with God. You don't have a relationship with God. That's why God has not been able to give you the privilege to be able to identify your husband when they come around you. That's why you've lost so many golden opportunities. And then some are so, you know, so physically blind to realize that all that glitters are not good. All that glitters are not good. There are so many ladies that have settled down with some guys because they see the notes in their hand. They see them cruise around, only for them to now be eating food without fish. The money they used to see, the reason why they married them is gone. Now they are now facing the reality of life. All that glitters are not good. It's all about packaging. Some guys can package all because to get you. I've seen a lot of ladies that have been caught all because of that. Today they are regretting their life. They are regretting it because they settled down with some individuals and rejected God's husband, God's man for their life, all because some things that are glittering. Beloved, I want you to know, not all that glitters are good. Aside from that, some are physically blind to realize that their physical beauty is not forever. You may be physically beautiful today. It's a function of season. That beauty will go. It will go. By the time age begins to set in, your wrinkles will begin to appear. I wonder the kind of creams you'll be using by then to stop. Probably maybe you go and look for anti-aging cream. See, but whether you use anti-aging cream, you dye your hair, or you don't dye your hair, age will set in. The beauty will go. Reality will be, one day it will be glaring on you. It will be glaring. It will be glaring. Aside from that, some are physically lazy. They are physically, pathologically lazy. They fail to realize that no man will want to settle with liability. No man will want to settle down with liability. Auntie, God love you so much. That's why I sent this little message to you. If you think this have been of immense blessing or really touch your life, you can please keep forwarding to others. And if you know of somebody that you think this will serve as an eye opener, kindly forward it to them. Kindly forward it to them. We keep sending some other videos, and as you keep seeing them, please keep uploading and keep sending to your loved ones. Thank you so much. Keep fit. God bless you.